We're getting a bunch of updates about the layoffs at Microsoft today, including the gaming division, and I've obtained an email that Matt Booty sent out to staff. It reads as follows. This email is going to all Microsoft Gaming. Following Phil's note, I want to share more about the changes to the studio business units. We have made the decision to stop development of Perfect Dark and Everwild, as well as wind down several unannounced projects across our portfolio. As part of this, we are closing one of our studios, The Initiative. These decisions, along with other changes across our teams, reflect a broader effort to adjust priorities and focus resources to set up our teams for greater success within a changing industry landscape. We did not make these choices lightly, as each project and team represent years of effort, imagination, and commitment. Our overall portfolio strategy is unchanged. Build games that excite our players, continue to grow our biggest franchises, and create new stories, worlds, and characters. We have more than 40 projects in active development, continued momentum on titles shipping this fall, and a strong slate headed into 2026. For those directly affected, we are working closely with HR and studio leadership to provide support, including severance, career transition assistance, and where possible, opportunities to explore roles on other teams. To everyone across our studios, thank you. Your creativity and resilience continue to define who we are. I believe in the strength of our teams and the direction we're taking on the path ahead. Continuing on with what I can tell you exclusively, The Initiative is the only studio closure. Microsoft has said that. Every game during the showcase showing, sources close to the matter confirm that. And they are claiming that this is about prioritization and that the AMD partnership is not affected, as well as their first party console plans remain unchanged. And then they claim that a studio closure is a last resort, and that is from sources close to the matter. Now, in addition to all of this, we are also getting reports from Jason Schreier, who's saying the following. Many of Xbox's subsidiaries are getting hit. That does include Turn 10. He says the following. They're getting hit by the layoffs this morning, including Call of Duty studios such as Raven, big cuts at Forza Motorsport developer Turn 10, nearly 50% of staff per source. He also reported earlier that as one illustration of just how sloppy and chaotic today's mass Xbox layoff has been, some employees at ZeniMax Online Studios are now watching their Slack accounts abruptly get locked out. No message from HR, no word on whether they still have a job, just an anonymous Slack deactivation. The MMORPG from ZeniMax Online Studio, maker of Elder Scrolls Online, has been canceled as part of the Xbox layoffs. Sources tell Bloomberg News this project, codenamed Blackbird, had still been in development since 2018. Still more news to come this morning. Now, I had talked about that rumored project for years, and we believed it might be the Mandalorian. I will link to that video so you can know what has more about what we knew about that project that was canceled. Earlier, he also said mass layoffs at Xbox have started. Candy Crush maker King told employees that it is cutting 10% of staff, or 200 jobs. Bethesda Europe's offices were hit too. U.S. offices are expected to inform people this morning. More to come shortly. Kotaku is reporting that an email was sent out. Blizzard VP of Quality Assurance Wladia Summers tells all QA to work from home. Today will be difficult, she wrote in an email to staff. That's from Ethan Gatch over at Kotaku. We already talked about the closure. Insider Gaming, I believe, broke that story originally. Multiple Call of Duty studios hit by layoffs. Multiple Call of Duty development studios have been hit by the latest layoffs taking place at Xbox. Insider Gaming can confirm that at least Raven Software and Sledgehammer have been impacted by the layoffs. As of publishing, an actual number of what specific areas of the studios being hit aren't known. This is a developing story and will be updated as more details become available. Microsoft has not responded to any requests for comment on the layoffs, game cancellation, or rumored studio closures, some of which I was able to just confirm, unfortunately. Jez Corden over at Windows Central is saying State of Decay 3 is safe from this round of cancellations for those asking me, but he did believe that Perfect Dark was canceled prior to my reporting, and unfortunately we can now confirm that The Initiative is closed and that Perfect Dark has been canceled. If you missed it earlier, Pete Hines says, if you're impacted by the layoffs today and need help with your job search and figuring out what's next, I'm here to help if you need it. Sorry for what you're dealing with. Please reach out if you needed to talk. Practice good self-care. Today is a bad day, but this too shall pass. So we're getting a lot of these reports last second. They're coming in very, very quickly, and we keep getting a new layer of the onion, so to speak, about what is transpiring at Xbox as we go through the day. Now, earlier in the day, you can check out my previous video where I talked about Phil Spencer's letter to staff. Here's a quick excerpt from Variety. To position gaming for enduring success to allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness, Microsoft Gaming Chief Phil Spencer said in a memo to staff Wednesday morning. Out of respect for those impacted today, the specifics of today's notifications and any organizational shifts will be shared by your team leaders in the coming days. It doesn't seem like this is over. It does seem like we are going to get more about this. And my big concern is we have previously seen that Microsoft is betting big on AI. Now, obviously, I think they have already conducted a lot of those layoffs, but this is part of that whole initiative to have a larger focus on AI and drastically change their business model going forward. I'll be here to report any of the twists and turns as they come about, but unfortunately, it does seem like this is going to continue throughout the days and weeks ahead, and we will have more reports about studio closures and, unfortunately, just more news about what is happening. Now, that's all in addition to Rare's Everwild. It appears another canceled game in Xbox from the latest round of restructuring is a long in development MMORPG from ZeniMax Online. So earlier today, if you'll remember, we also talked about how Everwild was canceled as part of the Xbox layoffs, and it's just a lot. So this represents a total reduction of 4% of its global workforce. That's about 9,000 people. But King has been hit by 10% of its staff, and unfortunately, Xbox is being hit across several departments, including the fact that Perfect Dark has been canceled. Perfect Dark just had a really good showing. I'm very shocked by that news. I'm kind of shocked by all of this, but I will keep telling you about the news as I learn more. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. Thank you so much for watching thus far. I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you to the members for supporting Chris Ferretti, Filaroni, Spingater, and Aries EMS. Again, this is a developing story. If we get another big break, I will report another topic throughout the day, as these are all substantial updates. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to check out the original story with Phil Spencer's email, you can do so in that video right down there. Bye for now.